Hey friends, it's Len here at 1A Auto. Today we're working on our 2007 Toyota FJ Cruiser, and I want to show you how to fix a flat tire, or at least change it over to your spare tire to get you off the road so you can be safe. It's going to be fairly simple. I want to be the one that shows you how to do it. If you need any parts, you can always check us out at 1aauto.com. Thanks. Okay, so we just pulled off the road as far as we can get, right? Maybe we're in a parking spot or a parking lot. We're on the side of the road, but we're as far away from traffic as we can get. This is super important. You want to make sure you're safe, okay? Next, what we're going to do, make sure your car is either in park, or if you have a manual, you're in second gear, okay? Take your emergency brake, put on your emergency brake, okay? That's going to help keep the vehicle from shifting and moving as we're continuing our work. Got our e-brake on. We've got our hazard lights on, okay? This is super important. Lets people know we're gonna safely exit the vehicle, and we'll continue from there. Okay, so here we go. Let's get into the trunk of our FJ. Even though we have the emergency brake on, it can't hurt to go ahead and block the wheels anyway. You can use whatever you've got, wood, or even some nice chalk blocks if you have those. Those would be helpful. All right, we blocked a wheel. We're gonna come right over here now. Push down on this. There we go. We'll go ahead and get this out of here. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Toyota gave us everything we need to succeed here. Perfect. We've got our lug wrench and our jack tools. Right under here. Here's our jack, okay? To get that out, you just turn this to the left. It's gonna loosen up the bottle jack of it, release pressure. We can take it right out of there, okay? The way this works, when you turn it to the left, it goes down. You turn it to the right, it goes up. Basic. Close this up. We've got our wrench. Just going to try to get our cover off of here. This can be very difficult. Getting it back on is even harder. Here we are. There's our spare tire. We're going to use our 21, or I guess our lug wrench. Should be a 21 millimeter though, in case you're missing yours for some reason. There we are. So this is what your lug nuts are going to look like. Set that aside and do the same to the other two. All right. Now we're going to lift up our wheel. It might be fairly heavy, and of course you want to make sure you watch out for your trailer hitch if you have one. Pull this out. There we are. Let's wheel this up to the front of the vehicle. All right, we'll just wheel this right up here, someplace safe. There we go. It's nice and close to the front here, okay? This is where we're going to be doing our work. Once we get our wheel off of here, we don't want to mess around. We want to go ahead and get this next wheel back up on here and get ourselves on the road. All right, get our jack. This is approximately where we're gonna put it, okay? Right up against your frame, okay? It's a solid frame on this vehicle, so you can go right here. As you can tell, I've got quite a bit to go, so I'm just gonna take it back out to a comfortable area. I'm just gonna bring it up. Once I get it close, that's when we'll really get it set up, and we'll start using some real tools here. Okay, here we go. Let's just make sure we're in a safe spot on our frame. I'm gonna go right here, okay? So I'm pretty close to here. I'm right in the center of that frame unit. Not close to the edge in the front or the edge in the rear. Right directly in the center. So the first time you go to use this, you're gonna notice that that bolt is through, and you're like, I can't loosen it, right? Well, we got the handle, and the handle has a little square on it, and the nut's a little square, or bolt. Just turn it, break it free. It also has a little Phillips head, in case you wanted to use that for some reason, but you've already got the tool here. Just go with that, right? Okay, take this, put it in there, snug this up. Cool, nice and snug. Right under here, just like that. And loosen up this little finger wing nut. Okay, so I've got this so it can't go anywhere. I'm not going to continue jacking yet. I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to loosen up all these lug nuts while the vehicle is still on the ground, okay? The reason why I'm doing it while it's still on the ground is just because as I'm going like this, the vehicle is going to be shaking and rocking and doing all sorts of crazy things, and I'd much rather everything to be on the ground. So I'm just going to grab it like that, okay? If you don't have the grip strength for that, you can do something like this. Just set it like that, and then carefully press down, okay? Whatever you need to do to get it loose. For me, I just go like that. I'm not taking any of these lug nuts off, okay? I'm just loosening them at this point. Cool. They're all loose. Now we can move ahead to jacking up the FJ. Okay, all right, so here we go. The wheel's off the ground. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove our lug nuts. These lug nuts look the same as the ones in the rear. If it came down to it and you ended up missing one in the front here or on one of your main drive wheels, you can go ahead and grab one off your spare tire temporarily until you can buy a new one. Same exact lug nuts. Okay, we're on our last lug nut. This wheel's going to be ready to break free. We want to be careful taking this off, not to shift the vehicle too much if possible. Okay. And of course, make sure that you're clear of the vehicle. If it seems like something starts going wrong and it starts moving, whatever it's doing, just clear the vehicle. There's no way you're going to be able to hold this thing up, okay? So, let's get this out of the way. We'll grab our spare tire, wheel it right on over. Put it up close to the vehicle. Okay, I can see my lug studs through the back there. Just want to lift this up on here, just like that. There we are. Get our lug nut on there. Everything's covered in sand, dust, and stuff here. Let's do the same to all these lug nuts, and then we'll snug them up. So now that we've got all of our lug nuts started, we're going to go ahead and snug these up in a star/crisscross pattern, okay? So I'm starting here, I'll go over here, 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 here. I'm never going to go around in a circle when I'm doing this. The reason for that is because if you have your wheel kinked to the side and you start tightening just going around in a circle, it's going to tighten up on one side and be up on the other. Seems like it's fine, it's good to go. You drive down the road, got a little wobble. That little wobble turns into a big wobble once these lug nuts start falling off and your wheel comes loose. All right, so safety first. Whoops, just throw that. There we are. Okay, we have them all snugged. Now we're just going to lower the vehicle down so the wheel is touching the ground and it can't spin, and we'll snug them up. Put our hook back in our jack. Stand back as far as we can here from the vehicle. Okay, the wheel's on the ground. The wheel should be torqued to 85 foot-pounds. Is this a torque wrench? Not so much. Do you have a torque wrench in the back of your truck? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you do, 85 foot-pounds. If you don't, make sure they're tight, okay? So go ahead and get on it. If you needed to, you don't feel strong, just step on it a little bit. Of course, be careful. You get this right here. So if you go ahead and step and you slide off, that might hurt a lot. So please just be careful. Use your best judgment. You do you, boo-boo. Just be safe about it. Okay, I snugged them all. I'm just gonna double check. I wanna make sure driving down the road to get to the next service station to get my tire fixed, I'm gonna be safe. My family's safe. Other people on the road are safe. Those are all definitely tight. Let's go ahead and get our jack out of here and we'll get on down the road. There we are. You can take all the time you want packing this up. All right. then go ahead and put it inside the trunk of your vehicle. All right, so we're back in the trunk. It can take time, like I said, packing up this jack. It's gonna take a little while. If you're going to a service station and they're gonna fix your tire for you, odds are they'll go ahead and mount it back on. If they're not, and you're gonna have to reuse this jack, why go ahead and put it all the way back down, right? Okay, just, you know, we'll just use our common sense. If we're just gonna go someplace so we can try to jack it up, maybe plug the tire ourselves, just set it aside. Put everything nice and safe so it can't go anywhere. All right, we'll grab our spare tire. We can put that right in here, or our flat tire, sorry. We'll put our flat tire right in here, and we can boogie on down the road to get to where we need to go safely, get our tire fixed, put the right tire back on, and get the spare tire back on. Okay, so we got our tire fixed. Let's get our spare back up on the back here. We notice that the two studs go this way, right? And then this one's like this, so it's a downward triangle. So when we're lifting this up, we want to try to make sure that we get it so we get it lined up here. I'm just going to put it up onto the trailer hitch because I have one. I've got two holes here, one down in the center. I'm holding it with my leg and not really my arms. Just slide it in, hold on to it. Grab our 3 lug nuts here. The way that these lug nuts are, they have a shank that goes into the wheel. And if you have the shank hitting up against the edge of the wheel hole there, it might seem like it's tightening on, but really it's just grabbing onto the lip there. So you might just have to wiggle the wheel around a little bit, like that one. That one's going on the lip. So just shift the wheel around. There we are. Nice. Go ahead and snug it down. You want to make sure that these are nice and snug. You don't want them loosening up as you're driving down the road. Nice and tight. All right, let's get this back on. Just gonna go over the top first. Try to slide it down as much as possible. There we are. Nice. All right, back on the road again. So now it's time to get our jack put back. We're gonna put this end facing out. This is gonna slide under here and sit right up inside this groove. Slide it in. Try to get it right inside our black groove there. Once you get it in, just go ahead and turn this to the right, which is jacking up the jack. It'll apply pressure inside there. So we're just snugging this up. We don't want to make it too tight in case the next person maybe isn't as strong as you. So just as long as the jack can't move around in there, you're doing all right. That's good. We've got our band. This is going to come around our toolkit and clip into here. Take my toolkit, put it up in there, put my band right around. Get this string around there. There we go. Cool. All right. We've got our cover. Okay. Goes with these facing down. Give them a little bonk. Bonk, bonk. That's my thing. All right.
Thanks for watching. Visit 1aauto.com for quality auto parts shipped to your door, the place for DIY auto repair. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button.